Hello, my friends, and welcome to MSP Unplugged's Emerging Vendor Series. I'm your host, Rick Smith. Thanks for joining us in this series spotlighting ConnectWise PitchIT contestants. Each episode, we highlight an emerging vendor who is changing the game and making a big impact in the MSP space. Now, let me introduce my co-host, Mr. Sean Lardo. He is the ConnectWise Evangelist. No, I did that one on purpose. He is the ConnectWise Economy Evangelist.
Wow. Okay. Good job. Good
That
job.
one was on purpose, Sean.
Oh my God. Well, I wasn't gonna say anything because I felt bad again. For some reason, that word for some reason is like your kryptonite. I'm not sure why.
I know. Yeah, but I had it that time, and I said, "Let me throw a curveball." But how you been, my friend?
Doing great. Just back from CompTIA ChannelCon in Vegas. Was absolutely bananas. It was seriously. They do a great job all the time. They're great with their show. They are. I don't know that I slept much. I just couldn't get out of conversations. There were so many. There were so many conversations, man. And it's reassuring. It feels good to be able to be part of that, to be part of this whole space. It really is. I find that like it's not just random stupid conversations. Well, there are some of those too, let's be honest. But it's always conversations on people trying to look for ways to improve. How do they improve their business? How do they improve a process? Who should they talk to? So everybody's constantly humble enough to ask for help, which is, I mean, we don't have a business if we don't have that.
Right, exactly.
And what was even nicer is that actually our guest today and also a bunch of other ones that are in this program that have been your guests were also at ChannelCon, reinvesting in the space, which is exactly what you as an MSP, what you're looking for is vendors that are serious, that are reinvesting, that are going to do things and have staying power.
Right.
So it was badass.
I'm glad to hear it.
Hmm.
Now, before we bring on our guest and talk to him about his business, just give us a little quick rundown on the PitchIT program, and how it works.
Sure. So simply put, PitchIT is a program, is a Shark Tank like competition that's been sponsored by ConnectWise 5 years in the running now. It is really about for ConnectWise finding vendors that are going to be complementary to our ecosystem, right? But most importantly, be able to support the mission of the MSPs. We're looking for startup vendors that do this, right? Emerging technologies. We're always looking for more innovations. We're always looking for a way to improve the things we discussed, like between people, process, technology. This is a way to really focus on that technology aspect, which in return affects process of people, of course. But it is about finding these emerging vendors that can actually support this and help these MSPs grow. And as I mentioned, it is a competition. So these vendors are competing for right now. They have a little over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks before they have to do the live preliminaries, virtual preliminaries. We have 26 vendors in right now. At the end of this month, we're going to be down to 3 because they're all going to be competing in a couple weeks for the preliminaries to see who makes it. And they're trying to make it to IT Nation Connect in November. There's a bunch of them are sponsored anyway, but they're trying to go as one of the finalists so they can pitch live in front of the audience. And they're looking, and if they do qualify, if they become one of the 3 finalists, they already get a reward by getting a free booth at Connect. So that's already a win for them. They've already won something. But they want to go there, pitch live in front of everybody because they're trying to compete for the chance to win $70,000. That is first place grand prize. Second place is 30,000. Third place, steak knives. Which, by the way, not only is it steak knives, but Marvin said he will pick them out himself at the dollar store. So
he's talking about Marvin B, folks who don't know, but that'll be
he's all
funny.
about He's all about contributing. He's like, I'll go to the dollar store myself. I'm like, can you get them engraved? Is there anything you can do to make them special? So yeah, so it's a big deal for these guys, and it's coming down to the end. And the goal behind the program is to get them ready to pitch, not just pitch, because that sounds like it's just a sales motion, right? But actually be able to identify what problem they're really solving and provide the value add that's needed for the MSP so they understand what's going on. And during the course of the 16 weeks, they go through tons of workshops up to and including how to really establish your channel program. What are the partners looking for? How to do enablement. That's a big part of this is how do you, Rick, you're an MSP. How do you work together with somebody?
Right.
You choose vendors. You can go to any conference and find 5 of the same exact vendor. Maybe not. The only the differentiator is, let me rephrase that. You can find 5 companies that provide the same solution of sorts that or solve the same problem. What you base it off of though is the way in which you interact with them, who you feel most comfortable with, who has the process or the technology or the enablement that actually fits the way you do business.
Right. People
So
will know, like, and trust.
Know, like, and trust. I love that. Yes. I'm taking that note of that right now, actually. No.
Hey, I gave Sean something.
You did.
Let's meet our guest today. He actually has been on here on the show itself once before, but we want to welcome him back and say hi to Shay Cohen from Kamanja. How are you, sir?
Doing good. How you doing, Rick? Long time no speak.
Yeah. I'm glad to see you again. I'm glad to
See
hear
you.
you're in the PitchIT contest. So good luck to you.
Thank you very
So
much.
for those who don't know you, give us a little background on you yourself and then on Kamanja and what you guys do.
Yeah. So, hey, Sean. So my name is
Hey,
Shay.
Shy. Hey, Shy. Long time no see. Just saw you Friday morning. Great.
Yeah. Missed you. So, okay. My name is Shay. I am the CEO of Kamanja. I have a lot of experience on developing solutions, cybersecurity, compliance. In the last couple of months, we developed Kamanja solutions, which simplifies compliance for all. And we try to simplify the compliance journey for MSPs by enabling them boost recurring revenue, maximize profitability, do it in a seamless training at scale.
Okay. He's got his pitch down. Good, Sean.
I have a good teacher. Sorry.
He does have his pitch down. We worked on this last week even. It's a fact. I mean, okay, so let's unpack that, Shy.
Please.
We know that cybersecurity alone is the Wild West right now, right? Everybody's trying to define what their real value prop is and how their approach in the go-to-market is going to look like, right? And you have part of this that is also probably the more Wild West, which is the compliance piece, which is so new. We've had for years, we've had cybersecurity type offerings between email protection and whatnot, right? We know we've had that. Now, an MFA came out, but there was never a defined product. Compliance was never productized.
Yeah.
Let's just say that, right? So why is it now? Why is it important?
So the first thing that it's important to say, compliance, it's navigate you which security tools you need to implement once you follow the safeguard. Compliance is not meaning security, but you can buy all the security tools in the market. You need someone that guide you based on your size, that your company needs. What do you need to do? So this is like if you're following CIS, do you have a maturity level, and then you can pick the right tools that you need and do it on scale. And this is one of the important things to know, because you can spend tons of money on security, but what is the right solution for you? How do you know that is the right solution for you? So this is what, when it comes to the picture, the compliance frameworks, the control help you to navigate based on your needs, based on your size, what do you need to do and how do you need to do this.
So hold on.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the word navigate. So you're talking about guiding people into what to do? Okay.
It's more about giving you control. Sorry.
How do you do it?
So it's giving you control, and based on that control, you need to implement solutions, same as MFA, same as EDR, same as antivirus, and yada yada.
Sure. So how do I know that though? I'm an MSP, and because you mentioned maturity level too, so I'm going to get you on all of it now. So I'm a new MSP. I don't know what's going on. I know I just got to provide some sort of protection. I know I gotta be able to do something. I don't even know what the something is. I just know that, oh my goodness, I was on the MSP subreddit and everybody said I should do it, so I better start doing it. Which I don't know if that's the best source, but so how do you help me to identify what I should be doing?
Amazing. So this is where Kamanja come to the picture. The idea of Kamanja, it's like take all what we did, simplify the process, which is when we build a workflow that cover the technical and the non-technical controls that navigate the MSP through the process, supporting our enablement program, which helping them with a seamless training start to implement compliance. There is no one that can do compliance with non knowledge before, but we helping them starting to do the process. So after onboarding the first client, it will be easy for them, and then goes to the second, to the third, to the fourth. It will be more convenient and be a seamless process.
Now let me ask you this. Go, Sean. You want to finish?
No, go ahead. Go on. Go.
Is this a
no
checklist
questions.
that comes up, or no? I'm asking from the MSP side. We've talked before, but is this a checklist that comes up, or is this a set of processes that come up that we have to follow? How is it that I become compliant, or I take steps to be compliant?
Amazing question. Let me ask you something that helping me answer that. So now you're opening the compliance framework. Let's take an example, ISO 27001. Okay, you open it, then say to you need to manage interested parties, or you need to understand what is your context of the organization. Okay, you as an MSP, new MSP, that is the first time that you want to do the ISO. What the hell does it mean? Right? You don't know. So instead of giving you a possibility to upload or try to navigate you in a world, what you need to do, we implement what you need to do inside the platform as embedded process, for which mean you need to do interested parties. Perfect. Just fill this section, and that section. You cover the control. Easy. Then you need to go to the next process, and then you go to the next process and to the next process. And instead, explaining the processes and letting you upload Excel spreadsheet that you need to manage. You manage everything inside the platform as a process. And this is why we see how we simplified it. But it comes together with the enablement program that we actually bring a business to the MSP. And this is a new different league.
Awesome. Okay, so checklist, basically telling me what to do, giving me a honey-do list, essentially, right? Now, are you talking about specific products, or are you talking about for companies, or what do I look for? Because many of our MSPs, Rick included, use multiple. There's no one set of products anybody's using. Let's start with that, right? So if Rick built his whole business off of the ConnectWise products, right? He's going to say, well, I like also using A, B, and C companies. Are you industry agnostic or company agnostic rather, or what are you?
So this is a good question. This is what we're building right now. It's like a marketplace that say once you use this tool, then this is cover those control for a CIS, for example. And if you use that solution, this is what it covers for you. Will be part of a big marketplace that it covers the control. So this is one of the biggest things that we are on right now. Because we know the MSP, this is what they do. They use tons of tools. So in terms of compliance, there is a solution that already covers some controls. So how we can simplify even more the process for them. It's a good question, yeah.
Now, how many how many different, I guess, frameworks or compliance frameworks do you work? Is it everything that we could think of, or is there a certain amount that you only work with?
So we have currently more than 10 frameworks, which include CIS, CMMC, CSF, HIPAA, and more. Next come FTC safeguards, and we are the time developing. We try to keep up with a month release a new framework. This is our goal. We're working on something crazy that called build your own framework, that you can build a wizard through the process and implement all you need through it once you have a new one, or you build your own custom one. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about onboarding, right? So if I'm a new customer and I come to you and I'm trying to learn, I'm an MSP, I come to you and I'm trying to learn the process, right? How does that work? Do you guys have some kind of training, or is it just, jump in and get running?
No. So honestly, part of our solution is like we call it the way to success. And now we call it like this because we train you for the marketing, then the sales, then the onboarding, and then we build together a KPIs and a QBR that repeat on all of it and make sure that you're doing it good. So the idea is before, if you're a new MSP that just entered to the market, how do you can sell compliance without knowing how to do it on your own? So based on our program, it says, okay, let's start first, make sure that you follow some framework. This is what we're going to do together. And later on, then you can start do it on your clients or in parallel. It depends on you.
Mm-hmm.
So question then, and
Yes.
going back, onboarding is a new client, but what about ongoing?
Ooh.
What about ongoing
So
help
this
and
is-
support and staying involved?
Yeah, so we have a QBRs and KPIs that we try to meet, that we follow our partners. We set together and KPIs and reviewing by QBRs. We provide them all the time with materials and collateral that they can use it, and to help them to sell to their client and make sure that they're following the KPIs. If we have we develop something inside, let's say if someone not meet the KPIs, we have an alert and we even talk to you before that. Let's say our goal will be to have 30 more clients in this quarter, and you haven't done this, so you reach only 20%. Let's understand why. What is the pain point? What do you need to do? What more we can provide you to assisting you with it?
Okay, fair, good. Now, and then one more thing, based off maturity of the MSPs, or self-serve offer as well as white glove approach.
Sorry.
So, do you offer a self-serve approach to this, along with a hand-holding approach?
Yeah, we have both. So you don't must to follow our enabling program. You can just use the platform as whatever you want.
Yep.
Okay, so you can jump in or you can get your hand.
It depends on you.
To get it all done.
Yeah, it depends on you. We have MSP that are really mature. That's after 1-2 hours, understand the process, and they can start work with the platform. There are that do it after 4 hours, and there's people that tell us, look, your enabling program is amazing, but let's onboard a new client and learn based on it. That's fine too. We're doing it. We're supporting them through the process, going with them to the client's call, helping them with the sales when they need. Try to simplify all the process also for the marketing and sales, because it's hard. We learned that our tool, it's also used as a sales tool, which was amazing because we use risk assessment with kind of AI that we develop internally that you can generate risk assessment report in 5 minutes. And we learn based on three questions that the MSP ask their clients, they can generate this report and show them, okay, let's not talk right now about compliance. Let's talk about risks. Let me show you how do you move from the red into the green. This is what we need to do. Automatically report, generate based on AI, 5 minutes. That's all. Not need to spend so much time. So this is also, yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you. That risk assessment you said is being used as a sales tool. Now, you said that's just a series of questions that are asked that basically, I guess the answer goes back into the tool and the tool will generate this report.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. And now, I guess the question is that's a standard module for the program, or is that like an add-on? Is that a...
So we believe in on the land and expand approach. So you can start, and our all pricing model is based on what the MSP needs, right? So they already have a tool that do vulnerability scan. They already tool they manage inventory. They already tool that maybe manage questionnaires or supplier change. So our package is built on an expand approach that you can start easy and then grow to expand even with your clients.
Okay. But you do have... So you do have those tools available, though. You have an inventory scan tool.
Yeah, everything is enabled. Yeah. The idea is that during the compliance, you don't need to open any additional solution, no Excel spreadsheet, no Word, and no other external solution. It's as much as possible. So on the platform, we have the risk assessment, we have inventory compliance with vulnerability scans, we have automatic penetration testing, and we have internal and external audit, KPIs, management review, a lot of things, incident report management, everything inside the platform. The idea again is to simplify, and once you need it during the process, it just pump. Okay, just filling it, done. It's documented in the platform. Now let's move to the next step. What you need to do right now. That's all.
So, working with you, a partner can expect that first they'll be assessed. Second, they'll be given a success plan, so to speak, which is prescriptive in order. Third will be an actual way of keeping track of where they finished to do so.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned land and expand. Are we talking land and expand for their end users, for them to grow business? Is that what we're talking about here? Okay, so you're also enabling them to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. The idea is that we bring MSP a business, period. If you want just get a tool, you can do this. But if you want to get maximum from Kamanja, do our process or even part of it, then you get a business. It's different, right? So doing tool together, it's fine. Just using it and implement it will save you tons of time. But if you want to grow your revenue and maximize your profitability and do it on scale, the program together with the platform is the amazing thing.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'm gonna shut up.
I'm asking from the MSP standpoint, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for new business, right? We run, we try to get inventory, we try to get vulnerability, whatever. Depending on the customer, we will go and do some of these things ahead of time. I like the idea of, I'm one of those MSPs who believe I don't touch anything till I have a contract signed. So I like the idea of just the questionnaire that I can print out and run. But once I get past that, we have a signed contract, and I have to go in. I love the idea that once then I have to go in and do inventory and do, take a real inventory count and get a real assessment. I love the idea that then I can pop something on. Now that I guess that's just an agent I download that runs on the system, and then that feeds back to the network.
We have agent and agentless, so it depends on you.
Okay.
But
that's pretty cool. Okay.
And the agent is automatically integrated already with RMM tool, so you can just put it in the RMM tool instead of managing additional. But in terms of integration, we also have integration with Azure Active Directory. So once you upload a new user, you automatically log in to start the compliance onboarding process from questionnaire, background check, tons of things that relate to compliance to simplify the process for you. Also from event at your supply chain management perspective.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a weird question, and I only ask this because I'm busy, right? I start a process. No, and I say this way. I start a process. Okay, we're on our way to compliancy for whatever framework we're in. Let's say CIS, right? We're starting that process of compliancy. We do the first 2 steps, and then we pause. So something comes up and we moving along. Is there, I don't know, a reminder or somehow something to push me to get back on track, I guess is what I'm asking? Or is there even a chart that says, hey, you're only 10% complete of where you need to be?
Yeah, so right now it's a good question because it's come up a lot. So on our onboarding platform that we're using, we build the process. So we send it from you. You don't finish 10% of the onboarding process. But right after it, once you even create your own tenant or your client tenant, then we're telling you, okay, you're starting this task and you did finish it. Please log in and implement. This is the next step that you need to do. This is what more that you need to do. So we're looking at it from 2 perspectives. Right now, what we do, we have some small thing that we have developed, but we're gathering more question for our MSP, what they want to see, what they want to do, what get more inside the platform, what valuable things that they need to see in those mails. Because this is important. I don't want to send just a mail, right? You didn't use the platform 10 months. Okay, who cares? I want to show you what is missing you, bring you valuable data once you get the email that's really telling you the next step that you need to do and not spend your time because you're already busy. right? So
Right.
why not simplify for you? Then you can, instead of logging to the platform, you can know how to prioritize your task. Easy, because now you have a client. This is what you need to do. Okay, this is important for next week. Let's do it. Let's prioritize it. Instead of, you didn't use the platform 10 days, log in and start doing it. So
Okay. Now, my final question from the MSP standpoint is to take, is there a trial for your product, or is there it's
yeah.
a 1 month guarantee, or how does that work?
So once we do a demo, then you make it. You can have an option to do a 14 days, 2 weeks POC. In that POC, we have 3 meetings during the period that we make sure that you maximize the use of the platform and you understand everything, and then for making the right decision. And then we have a call at the end of the period, and or we're becoming family, or we're just staying friends.
Okay.
I like that. I like
Now-
friends. Friends are important.
Yeah, friends
Yeah,
are important.
always.
Yeah.
Always. Now, I want to shift a little bit from Kamanja itself to your experience with PitchIT, right? So, you know, I know that this has been an experience for you. Just tell everybody a little bit of what you've got, what you think you've gotten out of PitchIT.
So first of all, Sean is best.
And don't worry about Sean. He
I'm 80
I had
him,
nothing
okay?
to do with judging.
He
So we're
just
clear.
yeah, I don't care. He just do for me hard life, but that's fine, okay? Joking. um, yeah, a lot of good content, a lot of good connections. Even that you're just, they promote you on the post and etc. It's good exposure for us. But I think the most important thing for me, which I learned a lot as a new vendor in the US market, especially in the MSP, a lot of the content and the thought leader that they bring every week, it's amazing. I'm attending to all of the sessions because I learned from each one of them. For me, it's the biggest thing because the competition is important, but it's also important to grow as a company and as a person who lead it. So once you attend for it and you don't say, oh, another session and etc., you just attend and you learn and then you implement what you learn in your company. For me, it's the amazing thing. It's amazing thing and it's worth everything.
Now, do you think you've taken some of the tools that, I heard you just say you implemented. So you've taken specific tools or learnings you've gotten from some of these, and you've
lot.
already implemented those into? Okay.
Our mission, vision, and all the processes that we have developed are improved once we attended to this meeting. A lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
I think
Because
I think just something to, well, I'll go one step further even. I think I'm glad you're attending the sessions because you're trying to penetrate the North American market. We know that there's a difference between how you do business in Israel, that's where you are now,
Absolutely,
and how you do business here. And building relationships is back to the line of know, like, and trust. I'm telling you, using it again, Rick, that you gave. I think it's important for you to be involved in those because if you're not here face to face with them or you don't have a presence here, it's difficult because at the end of the day, yes, they can see you, they can see the product on virtual and whatnot, but at some point they want to be able to shake your hand. They want to know you exist, right? And if they can't physically see you on a regular basis, which is probably not going to be the case because you're in Israel, you have representation here now. I know you hired somebody, so congrats.
Yeah.
But you also need advocacy too, and advocacy comes from creating relationships.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I think you've done a great job at that. You've reached out to everybody in our group, in our cohort. You've talked to all the coaches. If people don't know something about Shai, he is persistent. Is a great word for him. He is persistent as all hell. He will message you. He messages me all the time. Like I don't. He tells me like question mark. Like, are you alive? So I mean, and that is a phenomenal thing because as a business owner that's trying to run a business, to really take time to know that you need help to improve on or to connect with the right people is a big deal for this space.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ivory tower here.
Absolutely.
So I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all.
Good.
Well, it's just good because again, I do this with you guys, I come on. One of the things I like to do first and foremost is help the community, but also I'm still trying to grow my business, right? So the program that you guys are doing now, again, I only do business as I'm gonna take my line back, my know, like, and trust line, but that's the people I do business with, right? Those people I know, like, and trust. And also, people who are forward moving and forward thinking. So I commend you guys, all of you who are in this program. You're taking a chance. You're learning something, because it's easy to sit in 14, 15 weeks, whatever you guys are doing, and just listen and then say, okay, I completed it. But there's another to take what you've learned, apply those learnings to expand your business. For me, as an MSP, I only do good when the people I do business with are doing good, right? Or are serving me well, right?
Absolutely.
That's why I always say this. I say this every episode. It's a symbiotic relationship. My business can't grow if the people that I'm getting products from or working with are not growing and thriving. So I commend you guys on doing this, and I wish you the best. And I say this to every contestant, but I'm rooting for you, and I hope you win. I hope you are at the end of the end of the road, one of those 3 vendors.
Yeah. Do you know we believe a lot on relationships. Like, I'm saluting to all of my partners. When we are partners, it's not like the meaning of my partner take the platform and start selling it. I don't care about it. It's important, but I don't care. Sean already knows me. I like to build relationships and friendships. For me, this is how you can grow, how we can together grow as an MSP and as a vendor. Should be all the time win-win-win to everyone. When you as a partner get all you need for success, it's mean that I'm success. And it will be happening only based on a good relationship, being honest. It's like I used to play football in Israel 8 years. I don't know if you know that, Rick, if we talked about it last time. So we build our team about 3 things: commitment, integrity, and teamwork. This is our success, and this is what we try to bring to the company. The way to succeed is only by commitment, integrity, and teamwork. That's all. And it applies to me, to my team, to my partners, to everyone that's working with us. Easy.
Absolutely. Now, I was gonna make fun of you and say that football is soccer, right?
American football.
No,
no.
Football. It's American football. Show me the picture.
Yeah.
You played American football.
Awesome.
Yeah. I can throw you some ball when you go Well Mary. I don't know if you know what it is. I'm joking, Rick.
Well, actually, Rick really doesn't know much about football because he still likes a team that just really would never do much. So he obviously does not. See, poor guy. Poor guy. Poor guy.
We're good this year, buddy.
You say that every year. You say that every year, Rick.
We are good every year. We just don't win in the end.
That's the important piece. Right? That's the
important. Good.
We are good.
They're trying the best.
They have a good.
They're doing their best.
Let's just put it this way, Shay. If the Cowboys were in the pitcher competition, they would not make it past the preliminaries. That's all I'm saying. Just come out strong.
And they would be the favorites the whole time, and then
it would be nothing.
Hey,
you know it.
Leave me alone. But anyway, he digresses. But
it's time to move to another thing.
Oh no, man! You see this gray? I'm old, and I've been a Cowboy fan since before I even had anything on my face.
Look, Sean is a Steelers fan, and look on his beard.
I mean, look at this. This is good. This is good stuff, right? And I mean, the Steelers have 6 Super Bowls. I don't know what to tell you. It's hard being us. It's so hard being us.
Yeah, and was on the maiden cover. Yeah.
All this winning we watched, I just don't know. Like, I'm beside myself. I just don't know what to do.
You know what? There's going to come a time when my Cowboys win again. I might be on a cane, but I'm gonna make everybody eat their words.
If you can remember your name at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be like, I remember the time when. I forget what I was saying. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's gonna be me when they win.
Exactly. I forget the conversation now. It doesn't matter.
I have the utmost optimism in my team, man.
I know.
So
I love that about you guys.
I'll keep rooting and stay loyal. But back to Kamanja. Shay, as we wind down here, we're coming towards the end of the show. I want to ask, is there anything that you think we did not talk about or anything you wanted to say about Kamanja or the PitchIT program before we sign off here?
I think we're good.
And don't say nothing about Sean being a good guy either.
If I start talking about Sean, you will lose all your listeners. So I don't want to.
Or gain a lot more. It'd be a much better show, I feel like. No, it's okay, Rick. It's not. I'm okay. We're good. No, I mean, I'll say a closing remark for Shay even.
Yeah.
From the first day to now, and your approach to this whole, not just the PitchIT, because like you even said it yourself, winning PitchIT would be great and all, but that's not why you're in it, right? You're in it to try to win it, but really the value add is in learning what you're doing. But the way in which you've already presented and grown and adjusted and and you've tweaked everything you've had to do is impressive. So I mean, you've done well, and I think that you're in a space that's just it's going to take some time. The education piece is extremely important. So I do love the fact that you give a guided process for the average person, because this is compliance exists in every other industry, and it's been around for a long time, long time, not here. So, I mean, you looked at it over the years as they introduced GDPR and HIPAA and all that stuff. That stuff didn't exist before. That all of a sudden it's some new rule, which should have been around a long time ago, but wasn't there. So I appreciate how you've gone to market. I appreciate that you focus on the education first, and building strong relationships. I think that's the most important pieces. And I love the fact that you make it easy.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Now, for our viewers out there, you can find a link to Kamanja in the ConnectWise marketplace, which will be in the show notes for this episode. So, if you're interested, go click on it, give them a look, reach out to Shay, tell them you want to try it out, and see what it's about and see how it can help you, if it can help you. So, with that, I think we'll sign off here. So for everyone, we invite you. Paco and I do a show every Tuesday, which is our Tech Talk Tuesday. And the PitchIT, the Emerging Vendor series, is released every Wednesday and Thursday. So we invite you to join us. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Watch the video podcast on youtube.com/MSP Unplugged or facebook.com/MSP Unplugged. Do us a favor. It is important. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified whenever a new episode is available. If you think we have face just for radio, you can take us on the go. We're on your favorite podcast app. We are on Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. For Sean, Shay, and I, I'd like to thank you. And
thank you.
We'll see you next time on MSP Unplugged.